I guess, welcome to the Ponder Podcast, because I thought LP was going to do the introduction, but he ain't do it.
Nope, I was waiting on you.
No, you supposed to do the introduction.
Oh, you ain't tell me. We good, though.
What's today's date?
Let's go. It's December 1st, ain't it? Or is it November 31st?
Wow. I sat up there and told you what the date was. It's November 30th, 2022.
Cool.
Why are you laughing?
Let's go.
I got my eye on you. All right. So today we're going to talk about some news stuff. We're going to talk about some social media grabs. We're going to talk about some biotech, word of the day, layoffs, and we're going to give y'all some cuffing season advice.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so today we're going to do our shout out to the people who can't mind their MF in business. Like,
You go first.
why people worried about whether I wear a mask or not? Why is that? How is that affecting you? How is that bothering you?
Because I don't want you breathing in my face.
Yeah, but why okay, if I'm not in your face. Because we could be in a grocery store. People would like look at pictures on the internet and be like, why are they not wearing a mask? Because they don't want to wear a mask.
All right.
If they not in your presence, they not in your area, why are you worried about it?
Well, I kind of put mine on because people would be walking in front of you with no mask, coughing all over the place. And I kind of had one on standby.
I know one thing. I'm tired of wearing masks.
Oh, yeah, I've been tired of wearing masks.
I'm tired of wearing masks. I do not wear masks everywhere I go. I don't go to a lot of places, but I do not like wearing masks. I'm over it.
But I tell you what, though, since we've been wearing masks, people I haven't been getting sick, like colds and stuff like that. Because
That's a lot of people.
Right. So it's been kind of helping a little bit.
But I wear masks at work because I have to, but I don't really like wearing masks there either. All right, and why people worry about what other people's steak look like? Because I was looking on the social media post today. I forgot what, maybe it was on Twitter or it was on TikTok. But a couple was eating their steak, or no, steak was getting delivered to them on a hot plate, and they cut it in front of them, like the waiter cut it in front of them, and it was red on the inside.
Bleeding all over the place.
It wasn't that bad, but it was red on the inside, and it was just a lot of people. It ain't done. Why are you worried about how them people eating their steak?
Like they steak rare, leave them alone.
Like, my thing is this: like, I don't eat well done steaks myself. I eat medium well, and it's because I don't want no dried out hard steak.
I want mine well. I don't want no red stuff around.
I like mine's being pink on it, just a little tinge of pink.
I don't want to be chewing blood.
But I'm still alive. We have immune systems that help us with that type of stuff.
Not too much blood. You can't be too rare now.
I don't do blood. Some people might get the juices mixed up, the juices from the meat mixed up with blood, but it's not all blood.
Right.
So anything that you feel like people be in your business?
People be in my business. Oh, why I'm drinking what I'm drinking. Don't worry about why I got this juice.
Or eating. How about that? People be at work like, are you on that? I thought you was on a diet. Why are you worried about what I eat? Is this stopping your kids from eating?
Why are you eating them carbs? Man, get out of my face, man. Now you want to be a doctor. Get your ass out.
All right, so the tip of the day is mind your business before you get your muffin cap knocked back.
Your wig twisted.
That's the tip of the day. All right, so for our local news, we got that Cuyahoga County inmates, they can post bond at any time now through an online system. Did you know that?
No.
So now it's a credit card processing fee of 3% that you can, you pay the bond online at any time. So I guess they can have their family do it for them, or somebody can pay it for them. So you don't have to be there in person, or I think, was it in person or on the phone? So now they don't have to do that.
Let me tell y'all, I'm not bonding nobody out. So y'all just stay your ass out of trouble. I'm not bonding nothing.
No, I don't do that either. Well, I don't hang out with people that have to be bonded out. But I'm saying, okay, if you did something to protect me or the family or whatever,
that's
and we got to get you out. Now I know that I can just go to the online payment system.
That's different situation. But don't call me at
Wow.
4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey man, I need to get out, man. No, we ain't doing that. Nope.
I'll just let you know so everybody know.
Oh, that's cool though.
Yeah. So Euclid makes pay to stay ordinance permanent. So this is for evictions, people who get evicted. Before they used to make it where if you can't pay, they don't let you back pay or anything. So now they're allowing you to pay that back rent. They give you opportunity to pay the back rent before you get kicked out.
Yeah, because they hungry. They ain't getting no money. They losing money. That's why.
That, and the city has to deal with unemployed people. That's more of a burden on the city when people have to come to them for benefits now when they homeless and on the streets knocking on their door. So one way, and plus the landlords don't really want that either. They should want people to try to stay in there as long as it's not for free. But if they give you opportunity to pay it, you can back pay. Because some people say, hey, I don't have it right now, but I can have it in 2 weeks. So you make arrangements.
Yeah.
So they doing that now. And I wish they would do that in a lot of other places too, especially during this recession. Because they saying here, let me see, according to a study done in Cleveland, about 80% of the people evicted were black single mothers with the average past rent due between $1,200 and $1,300.
Yeah, they do it.
So they just don't want to have homeless children out here in these streets. For national news, the U.S. Senate passed a bill codifying same-sex and interracial marriages. So people don't have to worry about getting married to who they love. They can marry who they want, and that's so the Supreme Court don't try to overturn that. Because right now, that you can, I guess, I don't know why interracial marriages are in there.
What state is that?
This is national. This is the Senate. Because you know how they overturned Roe v. Wade, so that affected everybody in the country. So this is the same thing. They're trying to do this so that the Supreme Court don't overturn this. But I didn't know interracial marriages was a part of that.
Yeah, we're still in the racist country. Still here.
Herschel Walker, he said, F them kids.
F who kids?
You'll see in 1 second. He said, F all them kids.
Right, man. The dumbest black man I've ever heard speak in my life.
Herschel, how do you feel about people that want to change America from when you and I were kids? There's, we have, I guess it's 80 to 90 or 70 to 80 million people in America that were born after 1990. So these are kids who grew up, when they were 10 years of age with the real beginning of the computers and the internet at home. So they don't know the world that we know pre-internet. They don't know that the bullying was not really, we may have been bullied when we were kids, in a class or teased and things like that, but not the type of culture that these kids have with the internet today. What do you say to those kids and those young people that are voting?
All right, so hold on. What question do you think she's asking?
What do you feel about the new voters?
Well, she's asking how do people feel about the kids because they didn't grow up in the same age we did. The bullying, the internet age.
Was he trying to say it's worse now than it was then? It was worse back when he was little. Shit, actually, to tell you the truth. Had more racism.
How do you feel about people that want to change America from when you and I were kids? There's, we have, I guess it's 80 to 90 or 70 to 80 million people in America that were born after 1990. So these are kids who grew up, when they were 10 years of age with the real beginning of the computers and the internet at home. So they don't know the world that we know pre-internet. They don't know that the bullying was not really, we may have been bullied when we were kids, in a class or teased and things like that, but not the type of culture that these kids have with the internet today. What do you say to those kids and those young people that are voting?
So I got that. She's asking about how do those kids, if they want to change America, the same people that have access to the internet now and are more exposed to more things now, as far as bullying, people bully online, people dox you now. What do you tell them people who want to try to change America? That's what I got out of it. See what this dude said, Herschel Walker.
Well, first of all, they don't know that the grass is not green on the other side, that they think they're somewhere better. And if they know another place is better than the United States of America, my thing is, why don't you go there or tell me, let me know who that is, because I can tell them right now there's not. I think our biggest problem is we've not shown our kids that most of the people today hadn't earned the right to change America. And what I mean by that, there's people that have died or not given their life up. There are people that have given their life up to this flag. They've given this life up for this national anthem. They've given their life up for our freedom and these liberties that we have in this country today, and we're taking it for granted. Well, I don't want that to happen. And I'm saying, and I'm not being tough, I'm saying, if you know a place better, you go there, but you lose your citizenship here in the United States of America. And then when you come back, you got to come back legally, like we should be defending the border.
Idiot talking.
He's saying that to the kids.
Right.
Like, I don't know why they have to leave this country.
Right. You leaving nowhere.
I'm just thinking about, okay, all the kids that are going to school now. I mean, it's from 6-year-old to high schoolers that are going to school that are being shot up. You telling me that they can't voice their opinion or try to make a change within the system that they live in?
Right. Right.
I mean, kids, it's a lot of things that they do. I mean, even people online bullying, people get bullied. Like, they can do stuff to change where they live at. You don't have to move out of the country. And they're children. They're not responsible for everything that adults do. So, yeah.
It sounds like they're just hating on the kids now because they got more resources on things and more advanced than they was. And a lot of people are not putting up with a lot of stuff they did back then either. So.
No, they not. Well, there's more information that's out here now.
Right.
People have more access to information now.
Right.
So,
well, I don't know.
Remember I told you that Trump and Kanye met with Nick Fuentes?
Yeah.
So now you get to know who this dude is.
You know, they say about America, they say diversity is our strength.
How precisely is diversity our strength?
You got to recognize the fact that this is a godless country. I hate it.
You're right. They're godless. That is exactly right. I never talk like that, but it's true.
So they basically saying that the stuff that Nick Fuentes is saying is being repeated by Fox News. The Daily Show put this on this video out. They're saying that this dude should work for Fox News because the things that he say end up on Fox News, basically.
You got to recognize the fact that this is a godless country. I hate it.
You're right. They're godless. That is exactly right. I never talk like that, but it's true.
Black people are violent, you know?
They have chaos and violence in their communities.
Send the military into these black neighborhoods, make the streets safe. They'll complain about it. It doesn't matter.
We should send in the troops if necessary to restore order.
Enough with the Jim Crow stuff. Who cares? Oh, to drink out of a different water fountain. Big fucking deal.
Oh, the legacy of Jim Crow. That was 67 years ago. It is ancient history now.
Russia. Can we give a round of applause for Russia?
And why shouldn't I root for Russia, which I am?
The fundamentals of our worldview, a society where boys and girls get married as teenagers and start having kids.
We need these ladies to get married. And it's time to fall in love and just settle down. Guys, go put a ring on it.
And they have big families and a high birth rate.
We have to do something to increase our birth rate, or the vacuum that's created will be filled by people that don't believe in our values.
We live in a big Middle Eastern bazaar. We're a big fucking Middle Eastern bazaar with people sitting on blankets and selling cockroaches on sticks.
We have a moral obligation to admit the world's poor, they tell us, even if it makes our own country poorer and dirtier and more divided.
And white people are done being bullied.
Discriminating against and denigrating, just denigrating white people.
Trump's got to get in there and never leave. Elect Trump one more time and then stop having elections.
President for life, that sounds good. Maybe we're going to have to try it. Maybe we're going to president for life.
It's a joke.
So that's what Trump was getting that flack about. Well, Kanye, we already know he crazy, but they were just saying that they felt that was inappropriate meeting with Nick Fuentes because of what he believes in.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Okay, we are going to social media. Let's see. So, TikTok, Little Drake, 3X on TikTok. Him and his friends prevented a human trafficking incident in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yo, they trying to snatch you. Hey, yo, yo. Don't let them get you. They trying to get
you. Right. So this happened near Atlantic Dixie Forest Road in Raleigh, North Carolina. I guess they were coming out of a gas station, Sheetz gas station, and they kind of seen her walking up the street. But they seen the van pull up before then. And they decided to pull out because they know what these vans are doing. So they didn't know she was right there until they pulled up. And it was like, oh man, they about to get her. So he turned the camera on. Now, they drove off once they did that. The perpetrators drove off. And then the girl, she ended up took off running into the woods. So they circled back around to see if she was okay. And they found her, but she was like hyperventilating, he said. And, you know, she didn't even want to talk to them. And so she got up and ran away from them, but at least she didn't get taken from these dudes.
He might have doped her already. Might have did something to her. Might have touched something.
No, she ran, but she didn't get picked up. That's the main thing. But, you know, this is why I tell people, like, you know, well, people think they're taking it for granted, some of these people. I think parents need to start teaching their daughters now that you can't just be out here walking by yourself. Especially, look where she at, by some trees at night.
Yeah, you out there walking with headphones on, can't hear nothing. You gotta pay attention to your surroundings.
Right. You know. Headphones, cell phones, and being in lit areas. Also, you should get a female buddy, somebody who you can be with, or carry a weapon. I mean, get a taser or something.
Right.
Get an alarm. They got like alarms that's on a keychain now that you can press it and it'll just let off this loud piercing noise that'll bring attention to you. Or shoot, some parents can drop those little trackers into their kids' book bags and stuff.
Right.
What they call them? GPS trackers. Yeah, in their bags or something like that. So at least they can kind of keep up with them.
Mainly, they gotta pay attention to your surroundings. You got to. You see a van, white van, black van, any blue van, any kind of van around your car. Make sure you're paying attention.
Especially if they creeping. They ain't just driving by, they creeping.
Right.
And so they wasn't able to get their license plate and stuff. I guess in the comments people were talking about they should have start shooting or something. They like, no, we ain't doing all that.
No.
But yeah, be aware of your surroundings. And so I thought this was funny.
What the?
So this is a TikToker named, her name on here is Stuart Little 064. She was someone who did a whole bunch of cocaine back in the day, and she destroyed her nostrils. So they're trying to do create a blood supply now to kind of do facial reconstruction. So that's what she looked like before. And this is the after.
What the?
I mean, it's not funny because I know she's doing this to try to prevent people from doing drugs. But so what they're doing the reconstruction. This is like the first part. And I know this is not my first time seeing this, where they bring a flap of skin from up here, bring it down here, because they're trying to grow the blood supply back to the tip of her nose. So they're using her scalp to do that. That's why she got hair on her nose.
Yeah.
Now, and then she got the nasal trumpets in. So she can breathe, because she can't even breathe through her nose. And they did something where they bought something from over here, or skin from her arm, to create blood supply here. So yeah, I just thought that was something interesting on TikTok that I seen. But she basically is doing this just for drug awareness, just showing like side effects of, you know, not taking care of your body and doing drugs.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, so this Biotech, what I wanted to talk about was from MIT Technology Review. So they're using cells to bring dead people back to life. Or no, not, I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah,
they're using cells from dead people to create new life.
I don't want nothing. Nothing to do with that. Well, they already taking your organs and stuff out anyway, so that's nothing new.
Yeah, but
they stripping your body. They will strip. I've seen it.
All right, so peep this out. The man, he was an organ donator. He died in February 2019 in a ski accident. He was a soldier, I think. And so before he graduated from West Point in New York, he ended up dying in a ski accident. So his parents, they wanted to preserve his sperm for the possibility of using it in the future to realize his dream of having children and continuing the family line. So the parents wanted the court to designate them as being in charge of of deciding where his genetic material will go or do or whatever. And so the problem that the court had to do, the problem is that the son didn't explicitly say, okay, donate my sperm to my parents. So that was one thing. And then they said the states don't provide benefits to or recourse to people who conceive kids after the death, like of a spouse or something like that. Like they wouldn't go back and make them take care of them or something like that because they're not alive. They didn't make the decision, right? Or it may not even be their kid. So, but the court ended up granting them this, the judge. So I guess my thing is, like, do you think that's weird?
What, they want their son's sperm?
I don't know if this is the only son, and I don't know if this is their only son or not. But I mean, how would you feel if your parents was like, they wanted your sperm after you pass away? Because we don't know. He wasn't married. He didn't have a girlfriend. So.
Yeah, what are y'all about to do with my sperm? What are y'all doing?
Yeah, so what they gonna do? Yeah. They get to decide what woman it goes in?
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Like I was just like, what they gonna do with it?
No.
So now it's in the sperm bank, and like, so if a woman decides to use his sperm, are they gonna be like, okay, we want to follow her around now and be the grandparents? Like, what if the woman don't want to do that?
Right. That don't make sense.
Unless they plan on using it with somebody in their family.
Right. Some more incest stuff. I don't know.
Because that don't make sense.
That's crazy.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right. The word of the day. The word of the day. Oh, I gotta pull up already. All right. Here go the word of the day.
Minutiae, or minutia, or minutia.
Which way you want to say it?
Did she say minutiae?
You just doing that because it sounds like something else.
Say minutiae?
She didn't say that.
What'd she say? Say it again.
Minutiae, or minutia, or minutia.
Minutia.
I do minutia.
I think I'm gonna do minutia. So this is spelled M-I-N-U-T-I-A-E. And it means precise details, small or trifling matters. So if you just take the precise details part and replace it with minutiae, then you will have your sentence.
I'll let you go first.
Well, hell, I'm just gonna read off of here. This, let's see. The two companies have been competing over minutiae for a long time.
What is minutiae?
It means small, precise, or like small details. So that means the two companies have been competing over small details for a long time. Or
that sentence suck. I'm gonna leave that word alone.
You say that for every word.
No, I did some other words, but that one right there.
I'm trying to think of something that you are small and precise and trifling details with. Oh yeah, doctors washing their hands.
Or cleaning chrome.
Cleaning chrome? What do you mean?
Chrome. I like my chrome detailed, spotless.
So you would say,
when it comes to cleaning chrome, I have minutia towards it.
So that's the word of the day. All right, we are going to talk about layoffs real quick. So for layoffs, they have multiple companies that are doing layoffs. So this company called United Furniture Industries in PA, or they based in PA, I believe. They are laying off 100%, or they have laid off 100% of their workers, 2,700 workers, in an email and over text message.
Everybody.
How would you feel about getting fired over email and text message?
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
But do you think that's respectful? Like,
no, it's not respectful.
Did you get hired over email or text message?
Right. But see, when it comes to working for companies nowadays, you got to do for yourself. Don't be going above and beyond.
Exactly.
Do your job and go home.
Because there's no loyalty out here.
Because you see what's going on now. People,
but I do want y'all to know we are in a recession. People act like they don't understand why these jobs are laying folks off. Y'all need to keep y'all ear to the ground and start looking at financial news or something, because this stuff matters. Like, people want to wait until they lose their job before they start trying to figure out what's going on and what the next move is. Y'all need to be more preemptive and to try to prevent this stuff. So with that company, the United Furniture Industries, they fired most of the people at home. And then the truck drivers that were out on the road delivering stuff, they just told them to stop, and they told them to drop their loads off at the nearest facility. They'll pay them up until the end of the week. And that was it. But the workers feel blindsided.
Yeah, I feel blindsided too. So you lay me off, right? Then I try and get some money on the side for myself, but you call it illegal. Now you want to send me to jail because you didn't lay me off, but I still got to get some money on the side. But
it ain't gotta be. You ain't gotta do illegal stuff.
But I'm just saying, if I did do something illegal, if I sold some
and so
stuff,
if people got to do what they got to do out here in these streets at this point, because at the end of the day, companies do illegal stuff all the time.
They doing illegal stuff to you. They firing you. They laying you off without.
I don't think they can't control that. So it's like, say if you had workers under you, and you somehow your money got messed up. Now you can't pay your workers. What you gonna do? Keep telling them to come to work? You're gonna have to lay them off.
Yeah.
So we having a recession now.
But
they probably was tight to begin with. A lot of these businesses are not. Yeah. They, especially with small businesses. A company like 100% of their company, 27 workers. When you got Amazon, they got way more than that.
No, they're not broke. Amazon is not broke.
No, but the smaller companies are being affected way more than the larger companies.
Oh, right. Amazon.
So, but I will say this: during the summer, they fired the CEO, the chief executive officer, the CFO, the chief financial officer, and the VP of sales. So now you don't have a CEO. You don't have nobody doing the finances and the sales. Spot? Yeah.
Oh, I would have been gone.
This is the summer.
Yeah, I would have been gone then.
Then weeks later, they laid off 500 employees in 3 different states.
Yeah, that was it right there.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got to know a little bit of something about your own company. That's why I'm saying they got to keep their ears to the ground about this stuff.
Yeah.
Now DoorDash, they are laying off 1,250 employees, which is 6%. They're laying off corporate employees. They're saying that they grew their team too fast during the pandemic. So, and their shares are down 60% this year. So they hurting. They ain't making no money.
Well, DoorDash is up to the people to sign up for it, right? And get extra money.
Yeah, but they have to pay them. They have the vehicles. They need to work on those. They need to, you know what I'm saying? Not the vehicles, but the people who, the corporate people.
Right.
The ones who work up there at the top or whatever. So they laying off them, not the people that's out here doing stuff. But if they don't have enough money to pay them, then guess who's next? Well, they're gonna start laying off more people. Like, they're not gonna take as many drivers, basically.
Well, people not gonna get no food delivered then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or it's gonna get tight. Or either that, or they gonna cut the pay that they paying the drivers.
Oh, that you have to get your ass up and go get your own food like you're supposed to anyway. That's
right, because I would never do DoorDash ever.
Right.
AMC Networks plans to lay off 20% of its workforce. This is the Walking Dead people, the AMC Network. Their CEO came in to work, and 3 months later she left. So she knew what was going on. She was like, hell no, I ain't about to get me caught up in this, and she rolled out. But they're saying that accelerated cord cutting and increased streaming is why. So more people are cutting off cable. They ain't doing that shit no more. Yeah, it costs too much money.
I saw that coming 10 years ago.
But hey, they haven't changed their business model, and they late. They late. Like Amazon been streaming, Walt Disney have been streaming. Like people need to stop doing, and people leaving cable they've been doing that, like you said, for years now.
I wouldn't want to work at AMC anyway. I would not be making no.
Not the movie theater.
Well, I'm talking about the movie theater too. I'm not.
Oh man, we ain't talking about the movie theater. Don't be talking about my company.
I'm not working there.
I'm not talking about no. I'm invested in AMC, so when we talking about the AMC, AMC is a very good business. Go get your popcorn, go watch some movies. We talking about AMC Network, The Walking Dead. What's the channel on AMC Network on TV? That's not the movie theater.
I know what you're talking about.
All right, HP.
Oh man.
Hewlett Packard, they're laying off 6,000 people, 12% of their company in the next 3 years. Carvana, laying off 1,500 people, which is 8% of their company. Cisco, I think that's a communications company, laying off 41.
How you spell that, Cisco? Let me see.
CISCO. They
yeah.
You know they got a program at the hospital.
Yeah.
Cause I see their little logo. 5% of their company. That's 4,100 employees, which is part of their $600 million restructuring agreement. So maybe we're going in bankruptcy or something like that, and they're trying to prevent that, so they have to lay off. Amazon cutting 10,000. They cutting 10,000, but look at this: 10,000 is only 3% of Amazon's workforce.
Still, it's enough though. That's a lot of people.
It is, but they got people employed all over the world. But 3% ain't nothing, but it's a lot. 10,000 is a lot.
Yeah.
Meta, they laying off, which is the old Facebook, 11,000, which is 13%. Ain't that crazy? They got 1,000 more and they got 10% less, like 10% more than Amazon that's getting laid off. Lyft, they laying off 500 employees, 13%. Affirm, remember I told you that pay now, buy now, pay later that they use now, Amazon? They're laying off an unspecified amount of people. Chime, 160, which is 12%. Now, I will say they have this Federal Worker Adjustment Retraining Notification, which is called WARN. And they have plant closings and layoffs that they actually have a website where if they do it before the 60 days, then they'll tell you who's being laid off. So this is a federal law. So they say that you are supposed to have, these are what for employers who work who have more than 100 employees, not counting those who work less than 6 months in the last 12 months. You have to work an average of 20 hours a week and they have to provide 60 calendar days of advance written notice. But the caveat is this: they make certain exceptions to the requirements when layoff occur due to unforeseeable business circumstances, faltering companies, and natural disasters. So in those cases, they don't have to do the 60-day warning. So bankruptcy is an unforeseeable thing, and to be honest, any company can say that when they file these papers, they can say it's unforeseeable circumstances. For real. So that's the federal law, and that's the things for that. So Ohio, they have their resource on their Ohio page. I'll show y'all that. And just for an example of Ohio with this chart, so they have this current public notice of layoffs and closures. Like for Crothall, it's a company in Painesville. They literally list all of the 68 people that they about to lay off. Serious.
Man.
So they laying off 93 people in Painesville. And they're saying, let me see. They did this in October 28th. So starting this is Lake Health Hospitals located in Lake County. So starting December 31st. So they got about a good month that they laying off these employees. So they got 68 housekeepers, 18 transporters, and some managers here and there.
So that's Lake West,
basically. But this must be what's the company you say that work with?
Like a Sodexo.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Oh wow, this getting ugly.
Now, this other company. So, they do got one in St. Oh, I ain't saw that. St. Vincent Charity Hospital. Where they at? They laid off 900 or something employees. 978.
Yeah.
They list. There's 22 pages. They listed every last. Look at this. Nurses, managers, directors. They laid off all these people. I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at how long this is.
Yeah, they gotta find a new job. They gotta go to another hospital.
Like techs, telephone operators. These are a lot of people that have to go look for another job now. But
a lot of them at UH already.
So yeah, because they do have a thing where they have a rapid response and layoff aversion. This is another act that's federal, and jobs should be working. They have a federal fund that goes towards helping displaced workers, or they try to do it to prevent it. But if they are laid off, they try to get them reassigned to different places within the area.
Right, because they really don't want to pay you unemployment.
That too. So yeah. So you can go on your state's website and find the info to the WARN, the Federal Worker Adjustment Retraining Notification Act. And that way you can find out what jobs are being laid off in your area. So the gist of all of this is basically what you can do to prepare for this recession, because this recession is about to start knocking people off their butts. And so I say get a support system. Make sure you got family, friends, community. They got associations and financial institutions. Start making deals, start getting networking, making relationships so that you can have resources that you need. You already know to get rid of y'all debt, work on your credit score, multiple sources of income. What you got to say about that?
Multiple sources of income. If you can get a job, everybody laying off, you gotta find something.
Yeah, but they can do stuff that some people get jobs doing stuff that they like to do. Like if you know how to cut hair.
Yeah.
Because this is part of, at the end of the day, when people start running out of money and not having nothing else to do, guess what they can do? They can barter. Hey, I know how to cut hair. I can cut your hair if you get your wife to do my daughter's hair.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or hey, I'll fix your car. I'll work on your car if you can make my mom some food, my mom next door. No, I'm saying without cash.
Oh no.
This is what I'm saying. Like, we might have to barter. It's gonna get to a point where people not gonna have money. So if you need something, you might have to do something for somebody to get the money. That's what I'm saying.
Can't do that too long though. You're gonna need some money eventually.
Yeah, but this is some stuff.
Yeah. And it can work a little bit.
So the whole idea is to try not to spend your money as much as possible. Yeah. Of course, you're gonna have to, but if you don't have money and you can do a favor for somebody, then do the favor.
Yeah. Instead of
spending money on it. That's what I'm saying. So you have to be a little creative to get yourself out of certain situations.
Yeah.
So, but that's part of creating multiple sources of income and just doing different things. Those who can save, and those who can't, y'all just gotta make do with what you have.
Because the side hustles was DoorDash and Lyft and all those jobs. Those was the jobs that people was doing after they worked their regular 9 to 5. They trying to cut that.
It's about to get ugly out here because you know what? They lay off people. People can't pay their rent. People can't pay their car note. People can't take care of their kids. So these people gonna have to turn to do something. They gonna have to do something. If they can't make no money, a lot of people gonna turn to crime. A lot of people, sex workers, it's gonna get ugly out here.
Prostitution is gonna get turned up.
and another thing is safety. People gonna have to worry about their safety. People about to be out here ganging up. Yeah. They're already stealing from the stores.
Right.
And this is funny because well-off people, rich people, middle class neighborhoods, they thought they were safe. Like they safe from stuff. These people will come out to your neighborhood and rob you.
Yeah, they will.
So they already doing it with the Amazon packages and stuff like that. So
yeah.
So people got to be careful out here. Cause it's cuffing season out here. So don't let nobody use y'all. Like, trust your intuition. Don't have kids you can't afford. Don't feed people you can't afford to feed. Don't spend money you don't have. And watch out for scammers. So that's all I got to say about that. Is there anything else you need to say about that?
Nah.
Oh yeah. The with the housing market, people better stop trying to buy houses out here, especially with people they not married to. That's another thing. Like, there's people out here, the interest rates are high and houses are overpriced right now. So
unless you know somebody that's selling you the house and got a deal, other than that, you paying what, 6, 7, 8%?
7. It depends on your credit score.
It don't even matter about the credit. It's
Yes,
still,
they do. Yes, they do.
Oh, so,
yes, they do.
So it's still 2, 3%?
Oh no.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying like the credit rate right now is like 7, 8%. But if your credit score is not good, you might pay 10%.
Oh, 7, 8, too high. It don't even matter, right?
But that all counts when you talking about the thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. That interest rate matters.
Yeah, it do. But
and how long you have to make the payments over 60 months.
7 and 8 is too high too, though.
And you have to have the down payment.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff add up. You can't be out here just buying houses now. Y'all got to do your research, do your due diligence. And so next time we'll talk about some interest. We'll talk about some other stuff, different episodes. But interest, like for the economy, y'all need to pay attention to the interest rates, housing market, stock market, bond market, auto market, and unemployment, food security, because there will be some food shortages as a result of this recession, and just how much our country is putting out. Like, we are not putting out anything. Manufacturing jobs not here. Farmers not making as much meat, not making as much fruits and vegetables as they used to. It's about to be some food shortages, and your safety.
Yeah, with those houses, make sure you get a fixed rate.
Please, man. If you get an adjustable rate mortgage, I swear, you might as well bend over and spread them.
It'll be trouble.
Bend over and spread them if that's what you plan on doing. If you found this episode to be of any value, if you learned anything new, consider subscribing to our channel. We appreciate the continued support. Like, join, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you for listening to the Ponder Podcast. And stay tuned.
And we gone.
And we gone.